Switch for the boiler, and if it's not on, that's the handle to turn on the shower nozzle thing. But if that boiler switch isn't on, then this won't run. So it's the blue one, the blue hose, and that, and then to switch it on, you literally just swing it up. So it takes a few seconds. It gets quite hot, obviously from the water that's in the boiler, then it cools off again, and then it regulates. So it should be at the right temperature, and you can regulate. So if you're doing a face, for example, you can swing that really low or turn it higher. I never usually use it more than that. Okay, so that's it off. Now you can see there's two drainage holes there, but underneath them there's this basin. So it only holds about, I think it's about 12 liters of water. And if you look in there, it looks gacky, but you can see there's a hair trap. So while you're busy bathing a dog, obviously as the hair comes off, it'll run down there, and it's this thing starts filling up. So if you just stick your hand down there while you're bathing, you can still hold the dog with your right hand, but if you just stick your left hand down there, you can see it in proximity. So it's very, very close by. You can just reach down and empty the hair trap. So I think that was all. Oh, aircon. Okay, so there's the aircon. There's the hose out the window. Now you'll see there's a little drainage hose down here. Can you see that? And then it drains into there. So I keep it covered so that hair doesn't go into it. So to switch it on, you lift this flap up, because that's where the cold air comes out. And then to switch it on is literally just that button. That means it's on aircon, that's dehumidifier only, and that's fan only. You shouldn't need to use it more than that. I think I've got it set to, it's currently set to 18, but if you want to set it colder, so it's set to 19, so 18, 19 is usually adequate. Obviously keep all the doors and the windows closed while it's on, and then to switch it off, just do that. And if you wouldn't mind just closing that again, and just cover it with this towel so that the excess hair doesn't go in, because the studio gets quite warm while you're blasting. There's one of those chamois. I usually have one up there, but I change them once a week. So just below the aircon, there's a whole lot more in here where all the clean ones are. So just get one out for yourself if you need one. And if you just switch off the boiler when you've finished using it. So I think that's everything. You know how to use a table up and down. It's just the foot control. I'm assuming you're going to bring your own monster blaster. So if you do, just remove mine. It fits on that little chair, and you can literally secure it with that so that it's secure, and then you can work. It's just that obviously I need to clean the filter on mine. There's always a broom hanging there, so if you just sweep up afterwards, that'll be adequate. Just sweep the floor and wherever you can get hair from, because it tends to fly up everywhere, and then I just come in with a vacuum cleaner after. So according to this, it's currently almost 30 degrees in the studio, but it gets a good 5 to 6 degrees higher when you're blasting, obviously. And even with windows open, it gets really hot. So what I tend to do when I've got the aircon on is in the afternoons, the door to the window to the left of the doors where the afternoon sun comes in. I pull this blind down. Obviously, it can't go much further down than that. And then in the morning, depending on if you're working in the morning, just to keep it a bit cooler. Ugh, why is this all... It's all out of focus. I've probably got hand cream on the thing. Let's just see. There we are, autofocus. If you're working in the morning, just pull this blind down. I usually pull it up in the mornings. You know, maybe when you're bathing a dog, then open the blind and you can open the window as well. Like that. But once you start blasting and everything, and as soon as you put the aircon on, you need to close the window. I tend to pull the blind down a bit just to help the aircon, because I don't want to overwork the aircon. And if you've got sun streaming in, obviously it's working the aircon more. So yeah, I think that there's no other things. Please absolutely do not switch on this this switch next to the boiler switch. It's the sub pump. It's a pump, a recirculating pump, but unless it's submerged, otherwise it'll just blow up. It'll overheat and blow up. So if you make sure you don't, there's always a bath mat there that you can put on the table to help dry the dog's feet. Cold water tap is the grey one. I usually use it if I'm, I don't know, washing my hands or rinsing out shampoo jug and shampoo bottle and everything. Oh, and I recovered my little stool as well. So if you want to sit down, you can put it by the table and you can sit on the stool while you're working. And the door. I think that's about it. The radio's there. So to switch on the radio on a Saturday, I usually have it on radio 2. So if you just press the source button, I think once, it should come on. There we are. And then to switch it off to 3, I think it's 3. It just depends on, it goes to some other setting I can't see on the panel. I think it's 3 times that you switch it to switch it off. And then the volume up and the volume down there. So if you want to listen to the radio, and the light switch there. And that's everything. There's nothing else really. Yeah. Okay. Good. I hope that helps. Bye.